Well, working as a teacher for all these years, I basically have a decent amount of time where I can maybe pursue some other types of goals and dreams. So I've been to Oswego once in 1995. I enjoyed my time. I didn't get the grades I wanted, but I definitely had that in the back of my mind that I wanted to maybe come back and pursue another degree. So I got my teaching degree. I've been a teacher for a while, and I came to actually a basketball game in 2023, and somebody was telling me that they had the online program where I can actually maybe take some classes, maybe get a second degree. So I looked into it, and it kind of everything aligned perfectly. I just graduated in December.
Okay, just graduated.
Yeah,
So Joe's
yeah,
done.
just graduated.
So he took a bunch of.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you. I've always been into sports and broadcasting, so I wanted to pursue that eventually, and it just worked out really nicely.
This is kind of like a lifelong dream, right? Of getting into sports broadcasting and sports media in general.
So I've always into sports, and I've always wanted to get into sports at a professional level. So Oswego had the program that I wanted, and I was able to get accepted. Oswego made it very easy to apply for the program and go for a second degree. And I started taking classes, and I loved it, especially when you have professors like Professor Ricky and also Professor Didi. I had them a couple of times. They get back to you right away. It's just a great experience. I wanted to, take the classes, get the best possible grades. So you have to set some times. The one thing I did notice going through it, I have the family time, but if I can set some time on my own where I can maybe kind of dig into some of my social time and some family time, it did help me overcome some of those obstacles. So also having a great partner, great family helped with that. They're encouraging and they wanted to see me succeed, so they were helpful. I think the support that the professors gave, so Professor Ricky and Professor Didi, I had them multiple times. If you had any questions, they'll respond right away. Most of the time, they get back to the pretty much same hour, which was incredible. But if I had something to talk to them about over the phone, multiple times I'd call them and ask them questions, and also the networking that Oswego has. I've been to a couple of alumni events in the city where you meet all different types of alumni, and that's one thing. I knew Oswego was, they had a really good broadcasting program, but I didn't know the networking aspect of it. So that definitely gave me a good feeling. As a teacher, and also I do teach as an adjunct professor, and I do have adult learners. I see that as professors, especially Oswego, you don't really treat adult learners differently. You basically know that as a professor, as a teacher, you know that they're coming back for a goal, and they're more motivated maybe the first time around. You actually see the greatness that they have coming out of them as maybe a non-trad student. So as far as Oswego is, I believe that they treat everybody equally. They were always good, the hockey team. Definitely the Morano Center is new. That just a state-of-the-art facility. I think they also have the broadcasting stations in there, if I'm not mistaken. But it seems like it's very similar, to be honest with you. Nice small campus. Basically, back at the time, to me it didn't seem small, but now it's a nice campus where you can walk around. So coming back a second time, it seems like it's a nice campus where you can get around very easily. Not as big as some of the other SUNY schools, but as far as the hominess of the campus, that's pretty much what I didn't remember back then. Now that I see it, for a second, third time coming to visit. A lot of classes on a Friday. That's good. There was a point where I didn't really get the grades I wanted to, maybe the first time around. So keep that back in my mind. So I didn't, I don't really want to get those type of grades again. So I'm always shooting for A's whenever I take classes. I am looking to go into graduate school in communications or sports journalism. So I'm always having that in the back of my mind. But I know that what I'm capable of. I've had a lot of support over the years, especially when I got my first full-time job working at Freeport High School. And a lot of the people, see what I'm capable of doing. I pretty much quickly rose to the top of the math department. So I know that I have the ability to go pretty far. Now, instead of being maybe a second career, you know, either during my job as a teacher or maybe after I retire, but I know that hard work definitely pays off. So I try to do the best I can and try to get the grades that I'm capable of. You know, if you have something that you're passionate about, just go for it. You know, don't, you know, you can take some advice from people, but if you have something that you love and you want to do the best you can at that, go for it. Because everything is just going to fall into place. So if you follow your heart and you go for it and you get the best possible grades, you start networking with people, you start, you know, talking to people, and then you can actually get the jobs that you want.